live sound. Today's live
That's
sound.
really good.
Hello, folks. Welcome to the first few minutes of Heroes Die Show, where we talk about not much of anything. I'm Jason, somewhat sleep deprived and insane, and this is the rest of our cast. This is the rest of our cast. We're gonna get to some introductions, but not yet. For now, listen to us talk, and hopefully enjoy it. Hop in. Let's hear from you. All right.
We're going to talk without anyone knowing who we are.
Yeah. It's a mystery.
You don't know at this point,
In fact,
come
they'll
on.
be learning us through the dialogue. This is their opportunity to get to know you without the formal constraints of names.
So true. So true.
It's a privilege. You're welcome, everybody. You're welcome.
And for those of you looking at the little name tags below us, ignore
Disregard.
those.
Totally disregard
Turns out
those.
they're wrong. Well, they're right, but they're wrong. Right for the wrong reasons, or wrong for the right reasons. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who.
Only in the right context are those appropriate. Although
My
you know
character's name is Mike.
what? Would anyone in my life know if I was Essie at this point? Like, just add another name to we've got Pam, we've got Schneedy.
You're collecting like 3 paychecks.
I wish,
So
man.
you gotta be careful though. If you can trick her into saying her name backwards, she disappears.
No.
Oh
Anybody?
no!
Anybody? Thank you. Thank you for those.
Now I'm
that
gonna be on
got
high
the-
alert.
Was it backwards? I thought it was just his name.
I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
Jason,
He's
if you want
like
people to
deprived.
get the reference, you gotta.
Josh laughed. I'll take that.
I thought it was really funny.
Josh laughs at everything.
Josh
Come
is my
on.
audience.
That's true.
Like honestly,
Exactly.
the rest of the group is here, but Josh is my real
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sorry, I'm
Josh
preloading my
jokes.
dice. I'm getting all the luck loaded up on them. I'm getting my my highest numbers on every dice so that they're ready. Ready to do some damage, boys.
Oh no. No, boys. Little damage. No damage.
Stop it, boys.
Down, boys.
Yeah.
Down, boys. Nice birds. Who's got the birds? Is that you, Paula?
I don't know.
I hear
It's the
birds.
same birds I have here, but I can't hear the birds from down here. I'm hidden away. Hidden away. in
I
my
can't hear the
basement.
birds because my... Oh, I think it is my birds.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good. They're welcome.
That's good.
They
No,
really
there's
are
no
paid
birds out on
actors.
the ice.
My birds.
And if there were, pew pew.
Well, in fact, there
They're
was
made of
a bird
shells.
with teeth.
God, the
Yes,
worst
there
bird.
was. The worst kind of bird, yeah.
Instead, that's why Essie has an obsession with killing birds, is that they can't have teeth. That's an abomination.
Maybe
Yeah.
he just needs a little help chewing his food. Maybe he
Frozen
never had a
worms.
Don't you
mom.
play the devil's advocate? You know it's creepy.
Maybe he never had a mom to chew his food for him. So
Yeah, you need to get through the crunchy worms.
So he evolved and developed teeth?
Yeah.
just saying, everyone has a backstory. So
We'll figure it out to write the eulogy.
You already killed
Wow.
this bird with teeth, if you'll remember.
Yeah, but it doesn't die fully. We gotta
Mm.
kill its master.
But
What if
we-
I'm its master?
I'm sorry, Kit. I don't make the rules. I'm kidding.
Wow. No.
Internet.
If it was Zagrin, she probably would. Kit, she would hold off, you know?
The truth
That's fair.
comes
This all
out.
goes to my underlying assumption that Essie's just trigger happy, just as a heads up.
Mhm.
No, I probably should have said if it was Calamity, that would be all
She would
There you
all
go.
guns out.
Calamity's
That's
lucky
fine.
she hasn't died already.
That's so true. I've had so
Everyone-
many opportunities that I keep thinking, why don't I just do it?
Yeah, she's got some staying power.
Yeah.
Something up with Calamity.
It's literally just Kit. If Kit wasn't going to be disappointed, it would have happened a long time ago.
Neato.
But that's it. She cuddled up to Kit, right?
I
She was just
know.
like, I'm over here now.
So
Essie's hands are
manipulative.
tied now.
She did it on purpose.
Yeah.
I'm thinking she did. I think the worst of her, okay? All the time.
We know.
Yeah. Pretty soon she's going to be like, that Essie is doing some nasty things, and I saw it.
Y'all don't know what she told me.
It's true.
That was still one of my favorite scenes. Just having you all mute.
Yeah, it was great. Loved it. Just
I
kidding.
actually
It
love
was pretty great.
anytime that happens. Like I love secrets and stuff. Like keeping secrets from players and yeah, the whispers. I like that.
Yeah. The best
The
part
three
about
of
playing
us-
D&D. What's
the three
that?
of us tried to become body language experts while we're muted, trying to like analyze Paula's face. Like, what's that reaction mean? What's that, huh?
Oh, she was
Yeah.
just told something sad. Yeah, I always liked when playing live, like in person. It's like passing notes. Like a DM gives you something. It's like, you're a werewolf. Oh, damn it.
Oh man.
Is that why I turned into one when the full moon happened?
That was me. Oh,
Darn
crap.
it.
Your clothes are torn. Crap.
And I wasn't the Hulk. Darn it.
And I didn't turn into the Hulk.
All right.
Next time. I still think you should bring Maeve over to the computer and have her like hit the keyboard to randomly generate a character.
Ooh, okay. She's
Our
unpredictable.
50
man. She's unpredictable.
And then when she's older, you'd be like, this is your first character.
That's pretty cute.
This is what the D&D gods bestowed upon you.
Bestowed upon you. Yeah. So internet folks had a new addition to my family on Sunday, which is pretty fun. So if I'm a little out of it, it's because I'm dealing with babies. They're a lot of fun when it comes to sleep patterns and shifting things up. I am fortunately in between jobs right now, so I've got some vacation. Maybe that's not the right word. Anyway, it doesn't really matter when I go to bed or if I drink a beer at lunch, which I do. So
Hey, gotta live it up, man.
gotta
Liquid
enjoy it
bread.
while it lasts.
So true.
Yeah. All right, y'all ready to go? You ready to play? You ready to do some of this?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Hello again, internet people, internet friends, internet strangers. Welcome to episode 41. I know this one. I don't even have to check with Taya. I'm not even looking at Taya to see if she gives this a thumbs up or thumbs down. Episode 41 of Heroes Die Show. I lied. I did look. Something
What's it called?
else. Episode 41 of Heroes Die Show. This is The Night is Dark. And we rejoin our heroes who are played by this awesome cast. Now we have everyone back together. The gang's all here, so to speak. And they're going to start introducing themselves. And I think I swapped up my order. I don't remember who it is normally. But anyway, we're going to start with Taya. Introduce yourself, then Paula. I know. I got it all.
Oh my goodness.
I know. I did it the crazy
All right.
way.
Be still, my beating heart. No, I'm kidding. My
Our
name is
banter.
Taya. I play Elspeth Pike in our Best Left Buried campaign, and I'm very excited for us all to be back together. It never feels quite the same without all of us. But I'm here to tell you that you should come down and join our Discord page. It is one of the best places to keep up to date with what's happening, but also there's a lot of fun things. First of all, you get to interact with us, which I think is very fun. You also, there's a couple different channels that I think are really interesting. We have a DM page where you can ask questions or run ideas that you have for your campaign through us, and then your players will still have no idea and you'll get some great advice. So we love that. And then there's also a behind the scenes channel where things happen, they get brought up and referenced, but they don't happen in game. So you don't want to miss out on that. And what are some other ways where we can keep up to date with what's going on in our community?
I know. Hi, I'm Paula, and I play Kit in the Best Left Buried series. And I would like to tell you that we have social media. We are on the internet on multiple different platforms. I know. It's exciting. You can find us pretty much anywhere, all the different places, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Is that social media? I think so. And our handle is @Heroes Die Show. You can find like little funny videos and DM tips and updates. Josh is really great about keeping everyone up to date on what's going on, like our schedule. And Josh also can tell us about some other exciting things on the internet.
Josh sure can, and that's me. I'm Josh, and I'll be playing Zagran Beltune. And if you like the stuff we do here, but you want to do it at your table, the best way to get that information is to go to patreon.com/Heroes Die Show. It also helps support our show, but for just $3, you'll get a game bundle, and it gets updated regularly. You'll get modules, you'll get stuff for 5e, stuff for other systems. We're going to have an article coming out this month about the skill checks that we do, and you might have seen in our Best Left Buried campaign. So if you like this stuff and how we play here, and you want to get more of that stuff going on with your games, go to patreon.com/Heroes Die Show. There's also a discount code, but what would I do with that?
You can take that discount code and digitally march your butt all the way over to Big Cartel. And, you know, we got some funny little merch on there, some like wacky stuff. I'm Mike. I'll be playing Soleus. And Soleus always drinks from his handy dandy Heroes Die mug. And if you want to be as cool as Soleus, you can go down there and pick yourself up one and get a bonus to charisma checks. BigCartel.com. It's fun. It helps us out.
Soleus is too stealthy. I've never seen him drink from the mug.
Yeah, I know.
Is he always in shadows when he does it?
He is.
That checks out.
Now and he's drinking shadows.
You know.
I'm going to be Soleus watching, not only bird watching from here on out.
Yeah, he takes his coffee black.
Like the night.
Like the night. With some hazelnut creamer in it.
He's edgy like that.
Yeah, hazelnut's big in the Underdark.
It's all the rage.
Yeah, they love it.
Oh, that's funny.
Nutella.
Yeah, there's an Alvan hood down there.
I would be all in on the Nutella.
Yeah. That's Drow, man. They love that stuff.
I survived on Nutella and croissants when I was living in Switzerland for my study abroad.
Honestly, that sounds like a good
terrible.
life.
Yeah.
10 out of 10, highly recommend.
I'm there with you, Paula. Easily.
Yeah.
No, actually, I don't recommend it, but I do recommend studying abroad if you're of that age. But eat healthy, y'all.
My wife
eat your
did,
veggies.
my wife did her last. She did like a like a short course in I don't know if it was like international business law or something, and she went to like Brussels and a bunch of other places in London and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. She really liked it.
It is super fun. If you can travel and like get school credit for it,
That's what's up.
do it.
Yeah. And hazelnut chocolate spread.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I really want to
best
have
part.
Nutella on a croissant now. Like that's probably going to be
It's
something
good.
I accomplish later today.
It's
Well, come on
good.
down to Big Cartel and get yourself a Heroes Die branded Nutella spread.
That's it.
Coming soon.
Confirmed.
Coming soon. Free from. It has no palm oil in it, so
There you go.
Are we gonna mix them by hand? All of them?
Oh,
yeah, we make it.
Made
We
with
make
love.
it.
For sure. All right. Well, enough about the Nutella. As delicious as that topic is, let's launch our intro and get into the show. All right. We'll be back in just a second, folks.
Ah, old friend, you're here again. So glad you could stop by. Come, sit a while and let's begin. The tale of heroes die. In distant lands are stories made with villains most despised. A tale of magic, strength, and blade, of camaraderie and lies. It's one I know quite well, you see. Perhaps you'll find out why. The legends and the histories remember. Heroes die.
Don't worry about it.
All right, folks, and we are back. Hello. Let's hop back into the action. So, episode 41. Let's talk a little bit about what happened last time. Our intrepid heroes, they managed to cross the River Inferno. They found a bronze fort, or a brass fort, not bronze. I don't know the difference. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
It was bronze. I wrote down bronze.
Excellent. I don't really know the
You
difference
played
between
way
bronze
too
and
much
brass.
Valheim to not know the difference between brass and bronze.
That's true. That's true. Regardless, they crossed. They found a bronze fort populated by weird, fiery bronze dwarves, like literally made of bronze and fire. They found an interesting character by the name of something.
Filio Mast.
There we go, Filio Mast. Thank you.
What a dude.
Take inspiration for that, in fact. Take inspiration just for knowing the name of the NPC right at the gate. As DMs out there, when your players remember things, give them inspiration.
I really enjoyed Filio Mast. I thought he was a great character.
10 out of 10.
You met the leader of the Bronze Dwarves, Lakataki. It was a lot of fun to say. You took they told you about an Ifrit that has been harassing them. And they told you that they thought he was located on one of the islands in the River Inferno. And as y'all crossed, you saw a spot that looked like a decent candidate for, if I were some Ifrit, I might be right over there. And then eventually you made your way to the other side of the River Inferno after bartering for passage with an emerald or something. Maybe one of the emeralds that you got from the sarcophagus back in Icehaven. You then went on from there. And you made your way across the frozen fields, seeing a group in the distance. You went out, stalked them, found them, and found that it was a combined group of adventurers or explorers out of Cyrinlia and missionaries / legionaries out of the Kryn dynasty. And they'd banded together for safety as they were being stalked through the night by something. What the something was turned out to be a bunch of really large predatory winter cats, snow leopards, let's say. Snow leopards. I'm going to call them snow leopards from here on out because that's a good name for them.
Dire snow leopards.
Dire snow leopards. Sorry, Taya, do you have something you want to add here?
No, I was just going to say nobody expects the Korean Inquisition because those guys are shady. So that's it.
Nice.
I also wanted
Monty
to add
Python.
that I loved the cat sound. I think there were like 2 cat sounds. They were great.
Nice.
Just
Yeah. And finding the cats, Seleus stalked them down, got into a bit of a conflict with them, and found they were going back to a group of 4 wild folk who had set up camp a few hours away. You all went out there to watch them, and as you did so, and as you were preparing for whatever you were going to do, you found that one of these wild folks has stepped out of the darkness, and at the same time you can hear around you the sounds of animals, the beating of wings, the growls of the deep bass growls of some sort of animals, and slowly around you, as this halfling woman steps out of the dark, you can hear the sound of big paws crunching on snow. You see some mixture of bears and these polar cats, and again you hear somewhere up above the beating of large wings, not super large wings, but pretty large wings. And with that, we return to the game. Yeah.
Do they look like druids?
What do druids?
This
look
person who stepped out of the shadow.
like? So they look like a person wrapped in furs,
Right.
furs. Using clearly like stuff like not a ton of metal stuff, but instead a bunch of like bone and leather and wood and things like that. Funny enough, she carries the halfling woman carries a staff made of ice. A staff made of ice where the top of the staff is like just a sharpened ice blade. We should have music, but I don't hear it. So
Okay.
let me see what's going
Ice
on.
staff.
Let me
I'm hearing
troubleshoot
some
here.
background music.
Well, that's
I am
because I
too.
quit Discord.
That'll do it.
I can never quit your Discord.
Oh,
Never gonna give you up.
If you, audience, are hearing this spooky music, go to tabletopaudio.com and check out a lot more of it because they're providing it and they are awesome.
yeah.
They are.
So this is why you have a lawyer on the team to always remind you of your legal obligations.
Sometimes when I'm doing the dishes, I like to put on, Darkened Crypt. It really sets the
I think
mood.
that's a you thing, to be honest.
It's fun. It really does change the mood in a place when you have tabletop audio going on in the background.
Yeah.
Market Square.
Cry Havoc is a good one, especially if you're getting intimate with your partner. Try that one. Yeah.
Cry Havoc.
I will try that next time.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's it. That's exactly it. Okay. Out of the darkness ahead of you steps this halfling woman, just into the edge of the light. So you've got with you, Torok, the other Minotaur, and these two Drow companions, all looking. As this happens, they begin kind of looking out, and it seems like you may be surrounded by these animals. There are bears, and there are these polar cats visible to you. You can see at least 4 animals and maybe more moving around in the darkness beyond the edge of the firelight. Inside the groups of animals, you can see 3 more of these figures. Another half-orc, an orc, and a human. All wearing the same sort of garb that this halfling is wearing. The one steps up, and the halfling steps up out of the dark and says, "You, strangers, are not welcome here."
Here in the camp or in the full area?
Leave. Go home. Take your ships.
Even if we do, we don't have any say on the rest of the folks. What are you going to do to people if they don't leave?
You hear deep rumbling growls from a number of the creatures out in the night, and the woman just stares at you.
We don't have to be enemies. We don't mean you any harm.
Make me a persuasion roll.
Gosh. Oh, gosh. Okay, I'm not really good at that, though. Why do I talk? Yeah, it's not 12. Yeah, 12.
Okay. The woman looks at you. She says, "I'll not warn you again. Flee, and do not return."
I believe my associate, and I kind of gesture towards Essie, was being honest when she said that more will come whether or not we leave. If we were able to finish our business here, we could help assure that there's no others that follow and stop the trespass on your land.
This land, it is sacred to those who keep the dream. You will leave, or you will die.
What do you mean, those who keep the dream? What does that mean? I'd love to. I understand land being sacred. I think that's very important to keep it that way. But I think we need to understand each other to. What does that mean? Keeping the dream.
It is not for you to know. Know this. Only blood and death awaits you on this path.
We seem to be at a bit of an impasse here, and, well, while I believe that this land has a great meaning to your people, and indeed may even be sacred, there lies within it a relic that is sacred to my people, and kind of gesture to myself and to Seleus. We would just be trying to extract what is sacred to us, leaving untouched what is sacred to you, and we'd be able to pass along without any further issue. It would take but a moment. We just need to get our bearings, a little bit difficult, and kind of like look up to the dark sun, or lack of sun. Difficult in the environment, but we won't take a moment more than necessary and leave everything else untouched. If you need any assistance, we'd be happy to help assure other trespassers don't come in the future. Just a moment is all we require.
Make me another persuasion check. I'll take it.
Oh, come on, do better than me.
30.
Okay. All right. All right. I buttered him up.
She looks at you. She goes. She eyes your group. And she goes, You are not like the others. You 5. Leave these to us, and we will let you pass.
Leave like the rest of our group with them? Is that what she's...
A price will be paid.
What's the price?
These others.
Done. Easy. I mean, well, anyway, I'll kind of shut my mouth.
You see Torak and Brahm looking around at the others and looking at you.
The dwarves.
People are definitely on a little bit more edge than they were before.
The dwarves are necessary.
And as you can see by this gentleman's glow about him, and I gesture to his hammer, he is one of the holy men required to help secure what we come to seek. Unfortunately, we're traveling as light as we can, and, well, we thought we required a few more, but it seems that you've extracted them from our party, and I look at the leopards. I believe that we've paid a sacrifice in blood, and unfortunately, these individuals are about as slim as we can go.
She points at Torak in particular. These will not leave here alive.
Is this a hill you want to die on, Sagarin?
It's not necessarily the hill I want Thorak to die on.
Better him than us.
Have they wronged you in any way? This seems to be personal.
They lead the people astray. They keep them from the dream.
Now, I wasn't here when my associate spoke with some of your people, but I know this well. No violence was placed on them, am I correct? We merely discuss ideas, opportunities, but our goal is never to lead astray. It is merely to enlighten and inform.
She
And no
slams her
disrespect.
staff down, and as she does so, there's a loud crack, and she goes, "The dream must be kept. The dreamers protected."
What are the dreamers? I'd be happy to help you keep the dream, but I don't know how to help.
Outsiders are only welcome as fuel for the dream. They will pay. These others will buy you passage.
I'm afraid that's just not something that we would be able to accommodate. We would end up dead in the wilderness very quickly. That by sacrificing any member of the current party, we would be sacrificing the entire party, as we would surely freeze.
You will all find death here.
This
He
doesn't
begins
need to...
stepping back into the darkness.
Sagrin? You're gonna damn us all for these people that got it coming. They should have listened, kept their nose out of this.
Well, they're not doing much different than we are at the moment. And I'm kind of like just keeping my eyes peeled and as the circle around me.
Yeah, so
You seem-
as the woman begins stepping back, you see the figures of the humanoids in the crowd of animals. Now you see there's more animals. So Soleus, you're pretty good at observing things, right? You catch at least 4 of these big white bears. There's somewhere to 4 to 6 of these cats, and there's the beating of multiple sets of wings up above you. But the humanoids seem to begin disappearing into the crowd of animals, and the animals are moving in a little bit closer.
What do you wish to do, my lord?
I tell you, I remain true to the pledge that we don't mean to inflict violence upon you. Self-defense, on the other hand, well, I don't think that there's anything morally objectionable for that. It's your decision, and we will abide by it either way, whether peace or violence.
Are you trying
not.
to scare them off? You want to do intimidation?
Yeah, I'll do an intimidation. 12.
All right, guys, let's roll some
Aw.
initiative.
Stop it. Oh, I'm so mad at Sagrin. I'm gonna have to kill all these people for this stupid guy I hate.
Well, I mean, come on. You don't just show up and say that you're not welcome here.
I don't know if
and-
I want to fuel the dream.
Yeah. You have to be asleep to dream.
This Kryn guy is doing super shady stuff, and we are just attaching our name to him.
That's why we need to fix him.
feel like-
18.
These people don't kill him. I'm gonna kill him one of these days.
I'm really upset. I got 25.
Nice.
I don't know what to
25.
do. No, I don't know what to do.
I got an 8.
Oh no.
It's fine.
Zagrin, is yours up to date?
Yep, 21.
Don't worry, guys. I'll catch up. Everybody else rolled so well.
Okay, folks. So it looks like the animals are growling and moving in. You can no longer see any of those wild folk. You can no longer see any of the wild folk, and there are a number of bears around you. There are some of the big cats in the darkness as well. There's some of the big cats in the darkness as well. And with that, we're going to start with Kit.
No, I don't know what to do. Okay. Doesn't look like doesn't seem like we're about to be attacked.
Yeah.
Okay. And what is you said they kind of
So
started backing up?
Your group has formed like a little circle, right, with everybody facing in. So you've got the dwarves, the elves, the drow, and the minotaur all kind of kind of facing outwards. Calamity's on one edge. She's got her dagger out, and she's begun to hold some fire in her hand. Her eyes burning a little bit as she looks ready for violence. And these animals, like the bears, are like they're drooling and they're stepping in towards you. The cat's staying a little further out. Maybe ready to run up and pounce.
Great. Okay. So, who looks the most menacing? Is it like the bear? Is he like the bear the closest, or?
The bears are the closest in general.
Okay. All right. How many bears are there? Sorry.
There are 4 that you can see.
4 bears. Oh my gosh. And the people, can I see any people still?
You can't see them now. They've all kind of disappeared out into the crowd.
Fantastic. How far away is the bear? Is the one of the bears from me, the closest
15
bear?
feet.
Okay.
They are well into the light. Again, so Torax Hammer throws bright light within 20 feet. So everything in the immediate combat area is either in bright or dim light.
And with us, there's Torak and how many others?
You have
There's
8
another.
total.
Okay.
I would like to. I would like to run up to the bears and just like, can I like use one of the bears to like, I don't know, like jump on a bear and try to like jump onto another bear's back, like do like some parkour off of bears, and my
Some
goal
golden compass type stuff.
my goal is to like get on a bear's back so that I can like stab it in the back of the head.
Give me an acrobatics check and give me a cool description of the way you do it, and I'll take it. Let's go 18 plus acrobatics.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's 25 acrobatics. So Kit will just like, she'll just like kind of look at the others for like confirmation, like, are we doing this? And then she'll just like take off from like a crouch and run, and if the bears are kind of standing in like a formation, she will just like jump a few feet from the bears and like land on the head of one and like flip and get onto the shoulders of another, and then stab with her dagger.
Nice.
Like directly into the back of the neck.
Nice.
All right. So, did you say I could attack with advantage or not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Great. Oh, natural 20. Okay, let me roll all my
One
dice.
dead bear.
They were barely prepared.
Oh, okay, great. 12,
No.
20, 22, 24, 25, plus 5, so 30 damage. No, 31, sorry, that's plus 6.
31 damage.
Yes.
Okay. So as you run up, right, like you jump off the one, another.
Oh no,
tries to-
but wait, that was without doing any doubling or anything.
So roll all your dice over again.
Okay. So it's 25
I was gonna say that seems really low for a
plus
rogue crit.
Oh my god, 12. So that's 12, 17, 18, 19, 20, 25 plus 23 plus 6.
So you run up, right? Like you run towards a bear, you bounce off it, you fly at another. The other one, tries to swat you out of the air, but you roll under its cut. You grab onto its shoulder and slide around. As you do so, you bring your knife just solidly across this thing's neck, cutting deep, flipping over it as it falls down dead underneath you.
Okay. I would like to then bonus action disengage.
Okay.
And how much distance can I get from?
You can get back to the crew if you want. So you're surrounded on the outside. Right, so the only safe terrain is back with your people. At least where you can't be so easily surrounded.
I think that's what I'll do. I'll just kind of like run back and slide back in next to Calamity. Give her a little fist bump.
Okay. Nice. Zagrin, you're up. So you see yourself and your group surrounded by these animals, right? There's clearly more happening out there in the darkness. You can hear the casting of spells and other things. What would you like to do?
I mean, what Kit just did is kind of like, oh, you want to fight? What's happening? He comes back. It's like, guys, this is just a taste.
Almost without Zagrin doing anything, Liramnor shoots out ice that surrounds him. I'm going to use the trapped spell, Armor of Agathis, from Liramnor, and then they're kind of like surrounding in a circle, but I want to sort of rush into whatever the biggest crowd or group of them that I can, hopefully without being within 20 feet of my group. But if I have to take an opportunity attack or two, I'll still go for it.
So you'll be able to do it without an opportunity attack this time because y'all got the jump on him.
Okay. And then I want to kind of like go to wherever I can get the biggest clump of them, and I'm going to cast Thunderstep and then teleport back further into the darkness. But I want to just like run in the middle, explode, and then appear somewhere in the darkness.
Do 2 cats and a bear or 2 bears and a cat?
I'll do 2 bears and a cat.
Okay.
So they will need to make a con save of 17 or take 29 damage, half on a save.
Okay. So one of them doesn't manage to do it, but the others manage to avoid it. So how much damage again?
29 for full, and then half that per save.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So you run out into the crowd, right? And as you get there, the animals start kind of turning towards you, getting ready to do something, and then boom! This massive thunderclap. This music is no longer appropriate. This massive thunderclap erupts, and the animals are shocked, shocked by the sound. Anything else from Zagrin?
No, just being out in the darkness, away from the dim light from the hammer.
Great. Seleus, you're up. Oh, so if you're staying out in the darkness, like not back in the circle?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Seleus, you're up.
Yeah, okay, so on this little map, so...
The map's not accurate, that's just...
Okay, Zagrin ran out, Thunder stepped back to
No, he
us,
thunderstepped further out into the darkness.
and I can see him.
Negative.
Okay, but I know roughly where he is.
No, you only know that he thunderstepped and disappeared. So he went. So you're in this group, and you're surrounded by these animals. He went to the far side of that, so you can't see past the whole universe right now.
Okay. Then what I will do is, let me see. So I have no idea where he is. Directly in front of me, what are the animals that I see?
Directly in front of you, there are 3 polar bears that are fairly close in. There are 3 polar bears that are fairly close in, and there's a number of cats. At least 4 big cats that are near the edge of the light, probably about 25 to 30 feet back. Of the bears, 2 are visibly injured from Zagran's effect.
Okay. I'm going to. All right. I'm going to run toward where I guess Zagran is. Run into the thing. I'm going to leap into the air, and I'm going to cast darkness on myself.
Okay, so you're going to jump into the crowd of animals. Near where you
Jump
did
into the
say.
crowd of animals, yeah, and go
Okay.
and create this dome of black, inky, can't see nothing in it. And while in there, I'm gonna like take a deep breath, and my tattoos are gonna grow. So I basically turn on the dark. I turn on the dark, is what I'm gonna do, and activate the tattoos.
Great. Okay, great. Cool. The that's Thelaeus. Now for the monsters. So Zagran, you're out there in the dark. You're out there in the dark, and out of the dark approaches 2 of those humanoids, each carrying one of those ice sleeves. They move towards you. The first one swings his weapon at you. That's a 22 to hit.
Hit.
Okay.
And they take 25 damage
They take 25 damage.
from Armor of Agathis.
Oh my god. Do you want to describe that effect?
As
And
they
what sort of
swing
damage? I'm sorry.
ice or freezing damage. So as they swing through, they can still pierce, but the cold resonates from the wound and grips at their hand and kind of travels up the path from their weapon through their body.
Okay. You can see that the cold doesn't affect them as well as you'd hope, right? It seems like they resisted that effect. But one of them slices at you twice with their ice staff. The other comes in and does the same. Does a 19 hit?
It does.
Okay, so again, you take another.
What was the
another-
damage from the first
sorry.
one?
8 total, 3 piercing, or 3 slashing, 5 cold.
Okay.
And then again, 3 piercing, 5 cold, so total 16
Okay.
damage.
And they'll take another 25 frost damage.
Yeah.
It's for each hit.
Okay.
Do I get a better sense of where Zagran is at this point?
Zagran would have like made a noise when hit. He's not that
You
brave.
you can hear the sound of fighting out there in the darkness. Right now that you're closer to the edge, you can look around and see. So I'll give you a chance to see on your next turn.
Okay.
At the same time, you can hear let's see. One quick second. Okay. You hear the sound of magic being cast out in the darkness. Zagran, you can actually see. You can see this druid some distance away, casting something. Is there anything you want to do about it?
I'm out of spell slots.
Okay. Around you all in the center, there is this terrible effect as rocks of ice begin falling down among you all, like brutally fast. I need everybody in there to make a Constitution save. Dexterity save.
Oh, I'm not in there, right?
You're not in there, that's correct. Neither is Zach.
I'm in there.
Yeah, but you got evasion.
14.
Wow. Not quite, but it's not great. 14.
That's so on the
14 makes
border.
it. Yeah. 14 makes it.
Oh, hey!
The
Nice.
full damage is
Holy.
13, 17, so you take half of 17. And the area around you is difficult terrain.
Sorry, I was looking at evasion because I apparently forgot how that works. But
You just take, if you make your deck save, you just don't take any damage.
24 makes it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
24 makes it.
Cool.
Let's see if I can do it. Yeah, great. Your friends, however, get pretty badly pummeled. Your friends get pretty badly pummeled. 4 of them go down. 4 of them go down, like battered by these ice stones.
Yep.
Whether they're unconscious or dead is somewhat unclear. Whether they're unconscious or dead is unclear.
I was like, they're gonna die anyway. Just sacrifice them. Let's go, man.
It's,
We
have to say that
it's an interesting approach.
We're
Yeah,
heroes.
we save
That's
at
not
least
how we
one.
roll.
Out of the darkness, these giant birds come plummeting down. I need you to make a check against being grappled here. As one of these birds comes down and tries to grab you with its claws.
What am I? Is it an athletics or acrobatics?
Or acrobatics, up to you.
Thank God.
called-
Acrobatics
It's called karma.
for sure.
Right.
22.
22. So this thing comes down and tries to grab you. Its claws like landing and almost getting you, but failing. Of the 4 that are down, 3. You see these eagles come in. These giant birds, not actually eagles, but these giant predatory birds come down and grab them up and take off. A number of the folks, take the chances to make attacks against them, but they lift up and they haul them bodily out of the circle. One tries to grab Calamity, and Calamity nimbly ducks out of the way. However, it does take a second. One also takes a second to bite you, so I'm gonna guess that
I'm the only one who didn't want to fight this fight, bro. Don't leave
Bite
me
you
out
with
of
its
this.
teeth. Does this bird have teeth?
Okay, the
not
bird.
Oh,
That's fair.
darn.
It knew I hurt its brethren, probably.
So it tries to bite you and misses. However, it does succeed. The other one does succeed at biting Calamity. And again, it takes off into the night up above. And yeah, some of them seem to attack the others. But yeah, three of the 4 down folks have been pulled away by this attack from these terrible birds. The bear. So Celeste, you're by 2 bears. And they both right there near you, seemingly using their nose, are going after where they think you are, attacking even in the darkness. The first one. Let's see. Okay, the first one. That is a 13. And okay, 23.
Oh, one of them hits.
Okay, one of the claws comes by and rakes you in the back for 12 slashing damage. The other bear, that's 16 and 9. Taking those both miss. One of the bears comes charging in. One of the bears comes charging in and goes right for Torak. And begins fighting with him. Let's let's see. Kit, one of the cats darts towards you. And it leaps as it goes, attempting to pounce down on you. All right, let's go. That's a 10, so that's gonna miss. And then it attempts to bite you. This one a 20.
That absolutely got me.
It sinks its teeth deep into your thigh, doing 10 piercing damage. You know, you can feel bone straining under this powerful jaw. Feel bone straining under that powerful jaw.
What was the damage?
That was 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll have it. Okay.
Two of them attack one of the badly injured or the more injured dwarves, or sorry, the other minotaur. Attack the fairly badly injured minotaur. And one helps attack Torok. And let's see. Oh yeah, one tiger's gonna go for you, Essie. So one leaps towards you again, attempting to pounce.
Tiger?
Well, you know, whatever it is. This polar leopard. Polar cat. One of the polar cats charges towards Essie. Essie, that is a 24 to hit as it jumps in towards you.
That hits.
Okay, I need you to make a strength saving throw. So first off, you're gonna take 12 slashing damage.
18. Jesus. 18 for my strength save. Thank God I rolled well.
You managed to avoid being knocked to the ground. Managed to avoid being knocked to the ground. However, it's gonna try and bite you, and it totally whips it. As you avoid it, it was like going right for where it expected you to be, and it sinks its teeth right into the snow where it expected you to fall.
I just rolled all the way.
In fact, if you want to attack this cat on the next turn, you can do so with advantage because it hit its head a little bit.
It's got a little swirly above its head for a second.
Your
Mouthful of snow.
companions, you know, go in on some of the animals here, and attack back. They're fighting very fiercely. But they are way outnumbered. They are way outnumbered here. And we go now to Essie.
Oh God, she's like livid right now. Is there, like, can I look past this cat that's in my face at all to see, like, if any of these animals are grouped up, like where I could hit multiples?
There are definitely some groups. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to fireball.
Yeah.
I want to, like,
you could easily get 4 cat. You can get any 4. How's your dark vision?
I have dark vision, 60 feet.
Okay, you could get 3 of the eagles, the ones that don't have, or these birds, ones that don't have any captives, or you could get 4 of any others, the polar bears or the cats.
Yeah. Well, my dilemma is that I can either start protecting us, or I'm just gonna go all in. I'm gonna do it. I'm going to do.
There we go.
The birds are carrying us off. That's not a good thing. Can I hit? I can hit how many birds?
You can hit 3.
Or 4 of the others. I'll hit 4 of the others. I want to maximize it. I'm thinking the cats seem particularly nasty. So I'm going to aim for cats. And if I can clip the one by me without hurting anyone, I will. But if that's not who I can get in there, that's totally fine.
Absolutely.
I almost just like look out, and then fire starts to form like a little bead down the barrel of my gun, and then it just shoots off, and there's this moment of like nothing, and then So they need to make me a dexterity saving throw. DC 17.
Okay. Two of them make it, two of them fail.
Ooh, this is going to be a lot. Okay. 5, 10, 14, 18, 20, 26, 29, 30, 38 points of fire damage
Okay.
to all of them that fail to save, and then half of that to those who succeed.
38, you said?
Nice.
38 points. As it's being used through my arcane spell, I get an extra d8 on that damage, which rolled an 8, which is pretty nice.
Okay, so it's 46?
No, it's 38.
Oh,
It's
I
still
see.
38.
Got it.
I was just a fire damage.
Okay, got it. And 38 halved is 19. Really good DMing tip. Be good at mental math. All right, so your fireball blasts out and catches a number of these cats. And burns them badly. Is there anything else you want to do?
I don't have any bonus actions since I don't have my thing up, so that's it.
You can feel heat radiating off Calamity. Her eyes are burning, and you can see that they erupt with flame. And as she does so, she bursts out, and around you all erupts this wall of fire. This wall of fire that pushes all the animals back into the night. A number of the ones that you injured are killed, right, or burned badly, and the animals seem deeply friggin' upset. So let's see what's the damage on this thing. Okay. Seleus and Zagrin, you can't get back into the group without passing through this wall of fire. Seleus, actually, you're gonna be in range of the fire effect, so I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
22.
Okay, so you make it. So it's a dexterity save, so you are able to evade that one. You're able to evade the worst of that effect. However, you can feel this intense heat erupting from this.
It feels so good. It feels so great right now. Did they get any? Yeah, did they get any of the bears actually? Are there two bears near me?
One of the bears that was going after you is killed. One of the bears that's going after you is killed. All right, so we go from there to the top of the round. So, quick recap. Right?
Calamity.
No, Calamity just went. That was what she did.
Oh.
Made this big wall of fire, and you can see it. Essie and Kit, like you can feel heat radiating off Calamity as she does this. You can feel heat radiating off Calamity as she does this, and with that, folks, combat started with Kit flying out there into the darkness and taking down one of these bears. Zagrin using his magical kamikaze effect to stun a number of the animals. Seleus doing what he does best, creating darkness and diving into the crowd, distracting the animals as best he can. A number of your companions were badly injured or killed as this ice storm came down. Around you all, including Calamity, by the way, who got clonked by a bunch of falling ice. These giant eagles came in and stole away a number of your companions. The bears and cats came in and attacked viciously and ferociously and cause some pretty serious wounds. And then Zagreus, you were engaged by two of these shamans directly, attacking you fiercely. And of course, Essie, channeling her newfound abilities, cast the fireball that killed a number of these creatures, with Calamity following up on your heels and adding to the fire damage. And with that, we go to the top of the round. Kit. The animals now, there's still two cats and a bear within the perimeter of fire. The rest on the outside. Or sorry, one cat and a bear. The rest on the outside.
Could you describe like where everyone is basically at this point?
Your people are in a circle. One of the bears is on Torak, and he's going toe to toe with it. One of the cats is right in front of you. One of the cats is right in front of you and is trying to eat you. There are still eagles up above. If you've got dark vision, you can see some of them up there. It looks like there may still be 5. Also, will that be? Gotta acknowledge that. That's adorable. That's okay. Let me try and stay focused. Right. A number of the eagles are still up there in the darkness.
Okay. So distance between me and Torak is
max
20 feet. Okay.
And you don't have a ton of room to go because that wall of fire is about 15 feet out from you all. So it's not pleasant. It's like danger close.
I will. I will. And you said the cat. Is there a cat right next to me?
Yes, there's a cat right in front of you. And it is engaged with another person who you take your sneak attack on.
Oh.
So
Okay.
everybody on the inside is wrapped up in fighting.
I will attack the cat next to me.
Okay.
Wait, what do I want to attack with? Okay. Oh, wow. I love this die. That's a natural 20.
Again, great.
Again. Okay, so let's do this right this time. I roll all the dice twice. Correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this isn't as great. That's 3 plus 4, 7 plus 5 is 12. And then roll it again. This is why I'm not a DM, because I don't do math very well. That's 8, and 2 is 10, that's 13. Wow, that's really terrible. 13 plus 12 is 25. Plus, what was it? Plus 6. So 31.
You want to describe how you killed this cat?
So the cat is engaged with who?
You.
Oh, with
and one
me.
of the you and
Oh.
Brom.
I'm breaking off our engagement. This is over. So I will just, I don't know, I'll just take my dagger, and while the cat is distracted, I will just kind of slip up underneath and come up with the dagger through the bottom of its chin. What's around me now?
Around you now, it's the wall of fire, and on the far side of the battlefield, there is Torak and the bear, which is about 20 feet, not very far.
So I can make it to Torak and the bear.
Absolutely.
I will run over to Torak and the bear and attack with my... I can do a second attack with my short sword, right? That's a terrible attack. That is 14.
Hits.
14 hits? Oh, that's amazing. And then my damage is probably terrible. Yeah, so it's 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. Okay.
Did I get advantage on that attack? Would I get advantage on that attack?
We'll
Not
see
that
about
it doesn't matter, but okay. And I'm gonna just wait. Yeah, I'm just gonna chill there. Actually,
Okay, great. Zagrin, you're up. So, out there in the darkness, you can see this wall of fire surrounding where your group was. You can no longer see into them as the fire fully obfuscates it. You're surrounded by these two. However, these wild folk are looking pretty shaken by everything that's going on.
I just want to say that we're calling them polar cats when cool cats is right there, and that disappoints me. But moving on, I will. Zagrin will take a quick step back, so the two are like in front of him, and whips Liramnor almost like a lasso as green light emanates, and I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire and try to hit the two of them. That's a DC 17 Dex.
Okay. All right. Yeah, neither of them make it.
All right, and whichever one looks more injured, I'm going to use my bonus action to attack with Liramnor using Battle Mage.
Okay.
And a crit. So that's going to be, that's 8 plus 5, so it's 13.
Okay. Okay. So you hit them.
And they're both, glowing, and Zagrin just keeps, like, whipping around Liramnor like just a flail, and just kind of staring at him.
With that, Seleus, you do now know where Zagrin is. You also start your turn. You start your turn in this area of fire. So I think. Yeah. Okay. So you're good. You're good right now. You don't have to make a save, but if you stay near this wall of fire, like it's so hot, you're gonna have to save again.
Right. Is it my go?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a bear right next to me?
There is, yeah.
Would I be able to disengage? Would he get an attack of opportunity on me if I left, even though he can't see me?
Yeah, but he'd do it at disadvantage.
Okay. How far away is Zagrin from me?
30 feet? 40 feet?
Perfect.
How far did you go out into the dark? 30, 40?
About 30, 40.
That's for Josh.
Oh, yeah, I think the most I can move is 90 feet, I think, with Thunder Step, and I was just trying to go into the dark, not flee,
So 30 feet.
30 feet sounds
Okay,
right.
perfect. Yeah, so I'm going to whirl around the staff and just crack the bear with it.
Okay.
The one that hit me. And give me a second. Just because I want to be able to leave without him hitting me, you know how it'd be.
It do be like that.
It do be like that. I'll use one charge on my staff of striking. So God, 17. 29
That hits, yeah.
to hit, yeah.
AC 12.
And okay. And
does
that's
32 hit?
Does 32 hit you? And that's a
Highest AC of
1d.
anything in this fight is 13.
Okay. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Most of you have to roll 1 to miss.
21 damage.
Okay.
Bludgeoning.
Yeah, you hit it solidly, however, it's not down.
That's fine. And then I'm just going to run right up to Zag. Can I see who's fighting Zagrin? Can I see one of the...
Yeah, in fact, you can see them really well because they're lit by fairy fire. There are two of those wild folk, the orc and the human. So an orc
Okay.
woman and a human man.
All right. And if I go up to either of them, I'll encompass both Zagran and everybody in the darkness, right?
Great. Yeah. And as
Okay.
you move, however, the bear does take a swipe at you.
He can't. I have a mobile.
Oh.
I swung at him.
So you don't. Great.
Yeah. I have to make an attack on them first, though. That's why. Yeah. So that's kind of like, get off me. And then running. And so really fast, runs right up to them. All of a sudden it goes dark for them. And I take a swipe with my second attack at the human man. And I'm gonna do a stunning strike as well. So hold on. Snap. Stun. 1. Okay. S- 22. Use 1 charge on the staff.
Not that it matters, but you also would get advantage from the fairy fire.
Yeah.
But not like you can miss anyway, so.
Yeah.
You get advantage from them being in darkness, too.
Oh, and that, yeah. Yeah, you're good on advantage.
24
Okay.
damage. And he's got to make a roll. Otherwise be stunned.
Constitution?
I believe so. Yes, con save 16.
Okay. He doesn't seem stunned.
Okay, I will use another key point for a flurry of blows.
And how much damage did you do? I'm sorry.
I don't remember. I don't remember, Jason.
Just roll again. Sorry.
Oh, that was good too. Oh, this one might be better. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. 26.
Okay. Okay, 26 damage. Jesus.
26 damage, and now I'm gonna hit him twice.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. That hits. It's an unarmed strike. 17 plus 10, so 27. D6 plus 2 D6. Okay, well, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 for the first punch.
19 damage.
Yes.
Okay. Still standing, but
One more.
But in bad shape for sure. But they're definitely bloodied.
Yeah, that's a 26 to hit. And another 18 damage.
Do you wanna tell me how you take them down?
Just at first it comes in, everything goes black. Crack him once in the face, and then trip him to the ground. And right before I final stomp him, I'm gonna say something clever like,
Chill out.
or
Hail the
Yeah.
dynasty.
no, something like, the dreams are over when the light comes.
You're not helping your cause.
Nice. So this is a break the skull open sort of stomp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lethal hit.
Yep.
Okay. Great.
They had their chance.
Yeah. Cool. You killed.
And then I
Anything
go
else
back-
for Slays?
Yeah, I go back up to Zagran, we could both see, right?
Yep.
Nice.
Okay. As this happens, you see the other druid or the other wild person right there. You see them shift and turn, and they turn into one of those polar cats. Truly a cool cat. truly a cool cat. And as they do so, a layer or a thick blanket of fog appears around you all. You, Zagrin, and the other wild folk, now cat. And everything is heavily obscured around you. And the cat begins darting away into the darkness. Do you want to make your opportunity attack, or do y'all want to try and make an opportunity attack? Y'all will be making these attacks at disadvantage, however, because of the fog.
Does the fairy fire last through wild shape?
It does, yeah, but it's the fog is what keeps you from being able to see. So it's just you can't see.
I see. Okay. But yeah, I'll swing at it. 20 hits.
20 hits.
For 8 bludgeoning.
Okay. Do we have any numbers from Soleus? Looks like he's deep in calculation. You'd have to unmute for us to hear what the numbers are.
It's 20. I rolled an 8, but it's plus 10. Oh no,
Damage.
yes. Oh, damage. No, I rolled an 8 and it's plus 12.
Okay. So 20 damage.
20 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. And then 1d8 plus 8.
You got over a 13.
Plus
on
3.
anything. You continue to hit.
That's my shit.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Okay. So you get some cracks on it, but the thing runs out into the darkness. Well, or into the fog now from y'all's perspective. Folks inside the fire. Another 2 eagles come swooping down. One grabbing the other fallen figure. The other trying to grab Brom.
Brom is the dwarf, right, from the
Brom
other
is the
camp?
dwarf. Yeah.
Okay.
The leader of the dwarves, and the one that grabs Brom, grabs him and begins flying away.
Is this a like an attack that I could silvery barbs?
Sure.
All right, then my reaction, I'm just gonna like put out my hand, and these little needles are gonna fling from some sort of device that I have on my wrist. So he has to roll again and take the lower roll.
Who are you going to give your advantage to?
I'm gonna give my advantage to myself.
Okay. So it does. You do the silvery barbs. Unfortunately, the eagle is still able to grab Brom. And begins flying off. I will allow. There's going to be one opportunity attack from. We'll give it to Brom's companion here. So give it to Brom's companion. And it begins pulling him into the night. However, it hasn't gotten him out of sight. So, hopes you'll be able to do some stuff about that on y'all's turns. The other eagles. So, Zagrin and Slayus, you can see this because you can't see this because you're surrounded by fog, but you can hear the sound of a lot of movement. Two more eagles come down. One attacking Tora, just attacking him. One attacking Essie. So Essie, we're gonna do. Okay, the first one misses. The second one, however, hits. So it comes in with its beak and misses, but then it claws at you with its talons. 18 points of slashing damage as it badly rakes you along your back. Just kind of coming in and blindsiding you.
I'm the only one on your side right now.
Yeah. Okay, and it stays there. It doesn't, like, those two that came in and fought, they don't go anywhere. Like, they stay right at it. And so, Essie, you've got 2 eagles near you, and you also have a chance to take a shot at the one that has Brom. But you're going to do it with disadvantage because you're in melee combat.
So I'm actually going to take a moment, like, not even looking at the eagle that's in combat with me. I reach into my pouches and I'm going to quickly assemble this device that you've seen quite often, and she's actually going to attach it to her shoulder, and like almost a homing beacon, she's going to try to like calculate the trajectory that she would need to take to hit the eagle and not hit Brom, and she is going to attempt to do that.
You get a notepad and like a little sextant, and you're like,
yeah, I'm just like, my arm is up as it's a 14 to hit the eagle.
14 hits.
Okay. Oh, that's good. 8, 9, 20, 22 points of force damage on this bird. And it technically, like, gets pushed. So I don't know if that could help him get any sort of...
You blast it, and you can see it just rip apart under the wave of force.
Oh, God.
Right? You see it rip apart under the wave of force, and then Brom, like, fall down into the snow. Probably about 30 feet high at this point. Come crashing down.
Oh.
a puff of feathers.
I was just gonna actually say, is he gonna live through this? How does that work with my reaction? Does my reaction come back at my turn or at the end of my turn?
I think after your turn, yeah.
Sorry! I can't get my feather fall off! But at least he's not getting carted away anymore. Okay, that is my full turn.
There's snow. There's snow to cushion his fall.
Hopefully.
Luckily for him, he won't be fuel for the dream. Or maybe
Take Korak!
to be fuel for the dream.
Take Korak!
Okay, that's Essie. Calamity. Calamity just holds the wall of fire up. Hold on. Yeah, she's gonna hold the wall of fire up. So she doesn't do anything else. You see her like holding out her hands and keeping the fire in place.
There's like a big grin on her face, I imagine.
Yeah, she's pretty psyched. And you can see her now, like you can see heat just radiating off her. Her eyes now fully burning as she does all this. Folks, depending on what y'all want to do here, we can end combat and wrap things up, or if we want to try and do something urgently to chase some of the fleeing animals or shamans, we can do that.
I'm not chasing these folks down.
No, I think that we would stop if they're gonna flee.
They are very much fleeing. Yeah.
Wise.
So, Sagrin and Saleus, the fog eventually clears from around you all. This super dense, unnatural fog clears from around you all.
I drop the darkness.
For those inside the wall of fire, like Calamity lets it down. You can see a bunch of the terrain now. Like the snow is melted. The snow is melted, and you can see the stony ground of the tundra underneath.
I'm gonna pull out lights out, and I'm just gonna aim it at Korok's head.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. As you do that, he like turns towards you. And
Like my device is gonna like start charging up, but not fire. And I'm just gonna like held it, but I'm gonna look at Zagrin and I'm gonna say, it's pretty interesting that you claim to be peaceful, but then the first people we come across wants to kill everyone for stealing their folks. You want to tell me if this is what the dynasty stands for?
Essie, please, let's talk about this rationally. You will recall that we did promise these individuals we would help them from what was hunting them, and in fact we did just that. When we came into a confrontation, you took the lead in trying the diplomatic route, and I joined you. It was only after they attacked us that we used self-defense, and we let them leave when there was no longer a conflict. We are here peacefully, but that doesn't mean we need to sacrifice innocent lives simply for trying to go on an excursion, something I would think you would be able to empathize with.
I don't think that this guy's innocent.
Yeah, Korak
He
has
claims to be.
Korak has his two-handed burning hammer out, and he looks very much ready to party. You see the only other remaining dynasty person, that Minotaur, has leveled this massive crossbow, honestly a small ballista, at you.
You claim to be the folks that are fighting against the Empire because the Empire is so backwards and doesn't accept other people. But you're out here not even attempting to understand these folks.
Essie, I believe that you will recall that every individual group of wild folk we've encountered, I've spoken with diplomatically and engaged in trade with them, trying to provide what they need. In this case, we were attacked.
I didn't think you were so quickly to join the fuel for the dream, Miss Pike.
Something that this group has been doing has angered these people to some point.
It seemed they were angered by our mere presence, and I have to imagine that each artifact extracted by the Pike family didn't come through full consent of the locals. You will recall that my nation went to an entire war with your empire over these beacons. In this case, there is no war here. We're merely trying to keep these individuals alive and secure what we came for. There needs to be no more bloodshed, and I offered that as a path to the individuals who gave their lives in defense of fueling this dream. So quick you are to judge the light when you don't know what the dream might entail. We asked, and they were unwilling to share, and in fact attacked us and became more aggressive with your inquiries.
It's not us that they have a problem with.
As you're saying this, you hear from out in the darkness one limping footsteps and a "Well, what the hell's going on?" as Brahm steps out of the darkness. Everybody, calm yourselves. Put down your weapons.
I agree. Lower your weapons. There's no need for this.
But he's got his axe out and he's walking in. I can't say much about who these folk are or what they're doing, but I'll tell you, these folk here, they've done nothing wrong.
It remains to be seen. I'll slightly lower lights out. Just stare at Korak.
We mean no further harm.
He does not look phased at all. Like he looks injured, like he's been clawed by bears and animals, but he's got a perfectly hard look on his face. Now you're seeing a face clearly scarred by a lifetime of violence.
I'll be slowly lowering it, but I'm ready. And I'm just waiting to see if he reciprocates.
Yeah, well, he's far enough away from you that he'd have to step to you to hit you with that big-ass hammer, but he doesn't look like he's not ready to swing it should he need to.
There is gonna be no more spreading the light among these folks. You let them make their own choices without trying to drag them from their homes.
No one is dragging anyone from their homes, Essie. In fact, I didn't even proselytize to these individuals. I merely asked for being able to be present on their land, and they indicated that they would require a sacrifice, fuel to fuel their religion. If there is a faith of violence present here, I don't believe that the light fits the category. That, from what we've seen, the evidence merely doesn't support it. We're here for the beacon, Essie. We're here for what we came for. And it's not the first time we've encountered a group of folks who decided to be obstacles in our path. We continue to march forward, and we manage to preserve our group, as we've done so today and as we've done many times in the past. This is no different.
You're so quick to trust someone just because they're from the dynasty when you have no idea who they are as a person. And I will, put Happy and I'll holster Lights Out.
I assure you that had I seen our companions here engage in violence to spread the faith, it would have changed my opinion of them greatly, and I might be more willing to join in your feelings towards them.
You think this guy's a man of peace? Look at him.
I saw him defend himself just as I did.
He has lived a life of violence. And if you're going to try to tell me that he hasn't...
I've lived multiple lives of violence, and yet you kept me as a companion all this time.
And to be quite fair, Miss Pike, we don't trust anyone, really. We don't know who you are as a person.
All right, folks,
So
with that,
shields his staff.
with the tension slowly diminishing, we're actually going to take ourselves a 10-minute break. So we'll see you back in 10 minutes. Thanks everybody for your patience, and yeah, let's take a break and then get right back into the action. See who's going to kill whom. See you in a minute. Bye. poking and prodding. And we've got sound. Great. We've got sound from me even. And I think we have sound from you all. Can one of y'all make some noise? Sorry, try that again, Josh? Nope. Great. Good. Hold on. Stand by. We're going to do all the fun poking around at everything. Great. Josh and Paula. All right. Can I get an audio check from folks in order? Taya.
Test. 1, 2, 3.
Perfect. Paula.
Testing.
Yeah, love it. Josh.
Testity test.
There we go. Mike.
1, 2, 1, 1, 2.
Perfect. Folks, welcome to the joys of live streaming on the internet, where you get to go in and see the behind the scenes action of audio checks. Okay? Seeing the effects of people pressing buttons. And this is what happens when you don't have a separate producer. So with that, folks, we're jumping back in. First off, I want to say some thank yous, which I should have said at the beginning. So cast and crew, thank you so much for being here and making this so fun. You know, it's a blast to do this every week or most weeks with you all. Missed last week because my wife was making a person. But this week we're here and we'll be here next week. Let's see. Want to say thank you to all of you who are watching. It's a lot of fun to make this show, and it's really fun to be able to share it with you all. So thank you so much for being here, especially those that are able to come week after week and join us, and especially those that are able to participate in the Discord and make that so fun and engaging. I want to say thank you to the folks at Tabletop Audio who get us that fun music that we get to use between the scenes, including what is now our favorite fight music. I think everyone's favorite fight music, the Dungeon Collapse track. It's a great one. And there's probably more thank yous, but those are the ones that I remember. And so with that, let's talk a little bit about what happened before the break. We had some interesting interactions. We started the episode with our heroes and their companions surrounded by these wild folk druids and their animal companions. And it was clearly a tense scene where the druids seemed to ask for they told you all to leave immediately. And then when that failed, they offered to let y'all go forward if you would effectively sacrifice your companions to them. There was clearly some religious undertones to what they wanted, and the whole thing ended in violence. But y'all handily took down these animals and their shaman companions, killing one of the shamans and killing a number of animals. Some tremendous magics were used. You know, you were hit with an ice storm. You set off fireballs and walls of fire around you, and you know the whirling dervishes of death that are Zagrin and Slayus and Kit went out and did their bloody work. With that, you chased them off, and then there was a tense standoff as Essie accused Torak of something nefarious and underhanded, and it almost led to violence between your group. We ended with the dwarf who Essie had saved coming back in, brandishing his axe and telling everybody to put their weapons down. 4 of your companions have been hauled off by these giant birds, and again the remaining druids and animals have fled. And with that, we hop right back into the scene.
Tensions are high, and we still have the adrenaline of battle coursing through us. Perhaps taking a moment to regain our composure and march forward, keeping our eyes peeled for any returning friends, and kind of like look out in the distance where the one druid ran off.
Nope. If they attack, that's one thing. but I don't want any of us hunting them down.
No, I agree with that. And I look to Korok specifically when I say that. I think our plan is to continue on, unimpeded, and only as a last resort, only for our own survival, the lives of those here still remaining, should we resort to any kind of violence. But we're not here to claim lives.
Yeah, you
Like-
see Torok kind of shrug. Goes, we seek a camp. We seek a camp that we heard word of a few days north of here. We are not here to hunt.
And if at that camp they tell you to leave,
We leave, but we go to spread the light.
is there any orcs in this group?
Not anymore. But no, there weren't orcs in this group anyway. So right now you only have the 2 minotaurs from the dynasty left.
So while Lights Out was holstered, like her force ballista, while it's not like charged up, it's gonna continue to like swivel in the direction of Torok. Like every time she turns, it's like swiveling to point at him. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
look at
You've definitely got
Zagran.
Torok much more worried than he was.
I'm gonna look at Zagran, and I'm gonna say in Orcish to him, "You're giving them the benefit of the doubt just because they're your countrymen, and you need to realize your morals might not align, and you need to figure out where you're gonna stand. I'm warning you. Don't think that they're good just because they share the same religion. I'd watch out for that one."
Your warning is heeded, Miss Pike, and I will keep my eyes on them and take responsibility if they act out.
Torek looks at you and says, "You're quick to cast aspersions and threaten violence when none was brought towards you. I'd say if we're watching for those that act viciously, I would look to you first."
Good, because it's me that's gonna keep you in line. Don't step out of it.
He looks at you, Zagran, and looks back at Essie.
I can just nod at him. Like, she's serious. She will.
You think that battle axe is gonna keep you from me? Don't step out of line.
Cross my path again, and you'll find out.
I'll go take a first perimeter look. Can't be too careful. And Celeste is gonna just do what he was doing before and do loops around the camp to see if they're being snuck up on or anything.
Yeah. So one thing you've noticed, your companions now are very much trying to figure out what the heck happened to their missing members. And there's a little bit of internal discussion between Brahm and Tarok.
Does Brahm look like at the point of death from his fall? Does he look okay?
No, he looks rough, but he's okay. Like, basically every one of your companions looks like they've gotten the shit beat out of them, but they're not dead.
Perhaps if we rest for an hour or so, we can regain a little bit of our strength to press on.
I'm alright with that. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, and I mean, there's less snow in this area, right?
Right?
This fire is burning all over the place.
This is the night. This is the warmest I've been since the river of lava.
Yeah, that said, the cold is creeping back in.
I'm just gonna sit, I guess, and cross my legs and kind of just start to meditate. But my force ballista is just kind of always swiveling.
Yeah, I'll start. I'm going to pray for the short rest and try to encourage anyone that wants to join me to do so.
Yeah. Celeste is going to go over to Kit and put his hand on his shoulder and go like, good work. That was amazing. You did well. Took a polar bear down in one shot. And then, he's going to join everyone else and, kind of encourage folks. Like, come, sit, Torok. You fought bravely as well.
So he goes, my thanks. I will. I can join you, but must keep watch. Seems we are not safe, even among your companions.
Oh, we'll be fine. Tempers flare.
I hope.
It's part of being an individual.
I hope you remember that you stand with the light, even in your exile.
Who, me?
He was looking at you and Zagrin.
Oh, yes.
We don't need to question our faith. We're here to achieve almost the highest glory one can imagine in the name of the light.
Strange to do so with such abrasive companions.
I have to imagine in your travels you've had the less than agreeable sort. But as long as they can swing an axe or shoot a bolt of lightning out of their hands, I think that they can more than make up for any shortfallings in the personality department.
Besides, light shines on everyone. Celeste takes out his flute, stands up, and he's going to do the perimeter again, but this time you're going to hear like little flute music. As he's shadow stepping around. A few notes over here in the dark, a few notes over there in the dark.
Is it like somber? Is it like a cheerful ditty? Like what's
It's kind of
overall
like
flute vibe?
Like the end of Kill Bill when Bill's playing them. Or no, it wasn't the ending. It's when he was telling the story of Jaime.
Everyone gets more tense again. More aggressive.
No, it's like slow wailing, like it's nice. It's nice. But mournful.
During your rest, Brahm and Torok, they both stand and they kind of go off a little bit away from the main group, and you can see them discussing something.
I'm eavesdropping.
Yeah, I was gonna say nobody's gonna eavesdrop on that. Come on.
Can I sneak off and see if I can eavesdrop?
So y'all are all in the big group with the exception of Celeste, who's already kind of out there in the dark. So it's going to be hard not to be noticed going up close to them. Like they're clearly stepping away from all of you.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get a little closer and stay hidden.
The random fluting stops.
Yeah, like they'll hear it over here, but then I'll shadow step over here and listen, and then go somewhere else and play a little bit of flute, and then come back.
Okay, roll me a perception.
Boop, 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 18.
You only catch snippets, but there is a light argument about what they're going to do. Brahm is trying to convince Torok to take his remaining companion and go with them back to Serinlia. back to Serenlia and give up. And Torok is, somewhat open to it, somewhat hostile to the plan, as he's very upset about leaving those that have fallen, right?
He's
leaving
bullheaded.
those that have been captured. Yeah, that was pretty good. It's pretty good. But that's the conversation. Is Braum wants them all to go back as a group, and Torok, Torok's open to it, but is hesitant to leave those that have been caught. And Braum's making the point that if they've been caught by these savages, that they're likely dead already, and there's nothing they can do.
Okay, so Soleus will approach Zagrin at one point.
One other bit before you move on.
Right.
They talk a little bit to each other about these dreamers, right? And asking each other essentially if they've ever heard or what they know about it. And neither seems to know anything. Torok does mention, goes, but you saw they all carried the brand. And Braum nods.
Okay, yeah.
All right. That's what you got.
Soleus will return back to camp and kind of sit down next to Zagrin and be like, they know of the brand that the dreamers carried. Maybe we should ask about that.
Yes.
Also, Torok wants to stay. He wants to continue his quest. The other wants to return. Perhaps some motivational speech is in order.
Yes, the question is, in what manner should we give the nudge? On one hand, having their capable combat skills at our beck and call would be most useful in achieving our goals. On the other hand, if they cause more tension, it could only serve as a distraction. Do you think it would be best if we encourage them to stay, or if we encourage them to return and come back after we've secured what we came for?
I think we need to find out what their true intentions are.
Yes,
So
perhaps.
for Zagrin, and to a lesser degree Soleus, but for Zagrin, right? Like the idea that Dynasty folks are out here proselytizing is very consistent. So the Dynasty in general, right? Like the one thing that it's short of is people, right? Like people. So the Dynasty is always looking to gain converts and gain citizens, right? People to go live in those population centers near the existing beacons. Right? That's a big part of their faith and their kind of survival strategy, right? The wastes of Zorhas are brutal and terrible, and a place where there's a lot of violence. So hardy folk would make a good asset to the Dynasty, right?
And not
so
a little light.
Yeah, so it's pretty. The idea that they're out here gaining converts and maybe even bringing people back to the Dynasty is pretty reasonable. Although that said, you hadn't heard of this mission before you left.
Can I go up to Zagrin at some point?
Sure.
Yes, Miss Pike. Have a seat.
I know that my temper isn't always gets the better of me, but I'm trying to understand where you folks are coming from with this whole light thing. So I'm going to ask you a question, and I genuinely want the answer to it. You want folks, right? That's why you're out. That's why these groups are out here trying to convert them.
Yes. We wish to bring as many people into the light as wish to join us.
One of the things that I've always had a problem with the Empire is their lack of diversity when it comes to allowing people to worship how they want to. if these folks want to go back to the dynasty, are they free to continue their own religion, or are they forced to take up the light?
Within the walls of Rohana, where I'm from, we have many shrines to many religions throughout the city. Now, I won't lie and say that the individuals who choose to worship something other than the light may not receive the same courtesy as someone who shares the same faith, but they're able to live, thrive, have families, worship as they see fit, and their shrines are untouched. If someone were to destroy one, they would be prosecuted. We have religious tolerance, although once individuals stay within our walls and see the glory that the light brings, it's not uncommon for them to join the popular faith, but under no coercion, and they are free to worship as they see fit.
Do I get a sense that this is Zagran being idealistic, or is this reality? Like, is this Zagran's reality, or is this reality?
No, this is reality. Zagran's pretty matter of fact when he says this, and maybe even gives examples of, as you know, one of my primary services to the dynasty is as a diplomat, and while my companions here may do so with the faith, I do so more through the civics that we offer. When I learned Orcish, and I'll be even saying this in Orcish, I learned this speaking with a local warlord, and he was able to come into our fold. We had a trading agreement, but several of his members did join us. They maintained their faith, and so far as I know, I've been gone from the dynasty for months at this point, but when I left, I spoke with him, actually. We've become good friends, and I've seen his temple. It's small and doesn't have the funding of some of the glorious chapels that we have, but it remains standing.
I want to understand, and I want to respect. I think that everyone deserves respect in what they do. That's a little different. Freedom of at least having the choice. But Zagran, something about Torok, they don't sit right with me, and I can't explain it, not fully. But why would you choose a man like him? And now you need just set your prejudice aside about, or your preconceived notions about what a worshiper of light might be. Because Zagran, I think you might be the best of the light. Why would you send a man who's so aggressive to try to get people towards the light? It doesn't make any sense.
Unfortunately, numbers is a resources that we lack within the dynasty, and we don't have as many volunteers to spread the faith as we would have liked. And I have to imagine that there's not a whole mob of people that are volunteering to come up to this wonderful paradise that we currently find ourselves in. If I had to guess, and knowing the internal politics of the dynasty, I have to imagine he was probably the only one to raise his hand to volunteer to come here. It takes a special kind of person to withstand such conditions.
Do they realize what you're offering them comes with the added benefit of fighting a war for your people? Do they understand that?
They can understand as much or as little as they choose to, but we don't hide the truth.
Just keep an eye on him. And don't automatically assume he's going to make the right choice.
I will, Miss Pike, and I admit that I value your companionship, and I don't wish to have to test loyalties between politics and personal relationships.
I feel like I was forced into killing all those folks for somebody I don't even like or trust.
Well, I have to imagine that when being told to leave, we're not the quiet kind of individuals that typically acquiesce such requests without standing our ground. And in this case, I believe that was every bit of violence, every bloodshed was in self-defense here. If that were to be different, my reaction would in fact be different.
Is your holy pilgrimage worth all this death, Zagrin?
My holy pilgrimage is to make sure that we're able to bring new life. And I believe that securing the beacon will result in more life than the death shed to acquire it.
Don't it feel filthy, getting new life standing on the backs of the dead?
I only stand on the backs of those who wish to take my life in the first place.
Nice.
All right. She'll just... It don't set right with me coming into these folks' home and then battering them. But you made a good point. I'm sure my family's not blameless in regards to bloodshed. And I don't like it. But I'll have your back. As long as you don't force me to choose between Torak and innocence, because I'll tell you what, a bullet's going right through his skull if it's going to be that choice.
I understand.
But y'all made this a private conversation, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming
Okay.
while they're off, we're off. Like, this is not loud. Like, she's definitely...
Yeah, okay, just got it. Just making sure you're not doing
Lonely.
it right in front of the other Minotaur.
I'm gonna kill him. No, it's more like, I'm gonna do this if this is the choice.
And we were speaking in Orcish.
Yeah, no
Which
problem.
I think did he respond in Orcish when I talked to Zagrin? Because he seemed to know what she said to Zagrin.
Torak was speaking in common, but if you think he
This is a
understood you, he may have.
This is a calamity
The thing about
situation again.
the thing about the dynasty folks, right, is that a lot of them have lived multiple lives and been reborn into the same, the same base of knowledge. So they have to know a lot of things.
Zagrin, are you open to the idea of learning Talcurry so we can just have like secret rendezvous conversations?
It does seem we're running out of options to communicate without people
Literally
spying on us.
every single like language that we know somebody else knows, and I just feel like Talcurry, it's a great language. That's all I'm saying.
To be honest, I'm quite curious on those symbols that Kit uses to communicate. Perhaps if we could learn some of that, we would be able to have an internal conversation.
She said that she might teach me if you want to get in on the class. That might be a good option. How do your folks feel about Draconic or Primordial? Those are the other two options I got going on here.
Well, I believe that we still have a lot to teach each other, and I look forward to learning.
And Zagrin, I know that our ideals have been in conflict a lot of times, and I'm sure this won't be the last time. But I do appreciate a different perspective. And even if I don't seem like I do in the moment, I do appreciate you challenging me, because I feel like everybody's ideals need to be challenged occasionally.
Happy to humble you whenever you would like.
I'm going to be challenging your ideals just the same.
I'm well aware, and I look forward to it. You're muted, Jason.
Unmuted now. So how about that? Y'all are able to finish your short rest. You're able to finish your short rest, and you recoup a little bit as Brahm and Torak come back. As Brahm and Torak come back, they begin talking a little bit about what they're doing next, right? And they seems like the prevailing argument as they bring in the other two is to head back towards Cyrenlia. And you can tell that Brahm's arguments are swaying swaying Torok. Brahm looks at the rest of you and goes, "What do you say? Will you join me? We head back towards Cernlia. I can promise you a safe place to stay. Food and shelter."
Safety and shelter are not why we came here. And while I do appreciate the hospitality, I will not be deterred by comforts towards trying to achieve my objective. And I'll look to Torok. Though I don't judge those who recognize that their resources have dwindled and pressing forward may not be in the best interest of what they came here to accomplish. And if anyone else were to turn back and regather their strength before pressing forward, I don't think that anyone would look down on them for it.
He looks at you. He nods. He goes, I fear that whatever these dreamers are, they will not make our passage easy. I would regroup and bring more soldiers with me before I return.
I think that wise, and I have but one request. We did as we said and helped protect you from what was hunting you, and I would ask that you share your experience back with our homeland and let them know that it was Zagrin, the exiled lord, who helped keep your safety.
Of course. And he bows.
I'll bow
You can
back.
see him like stumbling a little bit because he keeps going to say "my lord" and then not.
I'll go up to Brahm and just like reach a hand out to shake.
Yeah, he reached out a hand.
Be safe. Watch the skies.
Aye, you as well. Watch that fiery temper, lass.
I would have thought that you would appreciate a strong-willed person.
I do, of course. Just point it the right way.
Brahm, I think that your association with this one might make travel difficult. You seem to be gunning for him. Just
Aye.
be careful.
But you'll find the people of Uthadurn are no fair weather friends.
Well, just don't die on a hill that's not yours.
You know,
Safe travels.
You as well.
Oh, I
You
don't
head through
plan
the
on
mountains
it.
then.
I believe so.
Very well.
Yeah. I'll see you on the other side.
Allow me to share one thing. And he reaches into his pack and he pulls out a map. A map of this part of Islecross.
Oh yeah, baby.
It's not super detailed. But it does show that there is a big mountain range north of here.
She'll just. Are you sure that you want to part with this?
Aye, indeed.
I appreciate it greatly. I can make you a copy to return it. Maybe even make it a little bit better.
I have others, but if you bring back any more to it, we'd be very grateful.
Yeah, I'll do my best. Map it out a little bit better.
I hate players. He goes. He nods. He goes. Anytime you come to Cernlia, tell them that you look for Braun, and they'll make sure you have a place to stay.
I appreciate it very much. Glad the bird didn't get you. I was worried.
Hey,
I was worried for you. Sorry, I was meaning to kill the bird and then cushion your fall, but I ran out of time. So I'm sorry that your descent was a little rough.
I'm just happy it didn't take me wherever they took the others.
Yeah, me as well. All right, my thanks, Brahm.
Mine as well.
May you all always head towards the light.
Throm kind of chuckles at that, but you see Torak and the other Minotaur nod.
Yeah, Silius will just give a nod to them.
All right, and your companions begin moving south and away, while you all are left to go north. Essie, taking a second to look at the map, right? You get a sense of where you're going, right? So what it looks like is there's a really pretty big mountain range, that you have to cross through in order to get to, in order to get anywhere, right? But the what you heard was that they thought there was a good site of ruins up through these mountains, but it would be at least 2 days through the mountains.
Seems about 2 days up through the mountains. If everything goes as planned, that's without any delays or anything coming up. But this is a pretty helpful map to get a leg up. And I'll just, I guess, start heading in the direction.
I'll lead the way, Miss Pike.
I feel a little bit better with a map than I do with just, I don't know.
So what
the
you
wilds.
can see from the map is, kind of a rough view of the island. So the main island that you're on, right, Foreign, the coastline is, mountains or tundra, basically. And you've got this area is going to be mountains all the way up the coast until a big section of tundra, right near the other island of Dampfkan. And there's another tundra section. The interior is pretty vague on the far side of the River Inferno. The map is pretty vague on the far side of the River Inferno, and this mountain range looks like it goes all the way from where you're going to enter it, probably in a day or two, to the very north end of the island. So there's a lot of mountains here.
Miss Pike,
Yes, Elias?
do you think you could have bested Torak?
Yes, I do. You do understand that I could have done massive amounts of damage to him quickly, right?
Yes, a bit of a shame that I couldn't get to see it.
If I was at full strength, I don't even think he could have gotten to me.
I think you may be correct.
I do better. Listen, you're actually the only one that I really wouldn't want to tangle with. But
That is wise.
range, I'd get you. If you were close, you'd get me. That's how I think it would go down. But if I could keep Torak at range, I'd get him before he got to me. To even
Absolutely.
attempt. And you might still see the confrontation yet. I don't think we're done with him.
Well, he should think twice about crossing you again.
He seemed mighty confident for just a man with an axe.
A minotaur
Just
with an
for-
axe.
And it's a minotaur with a flaming maul that lets off sunlight.
Man with an axe is
Yeah.
his description.
She'll stick by what she says. She definitely is downplaying him.
And we didn't mention that he was wearing clothes, so I'm assuming he's naked, right? That's the way we do that. But
He's Donald Ducking it.
Yeah, he just has a shirt.
Is he Winnie the Pooh it or what's going on here?
Negative inspiration to both of you.
So
Okay, folks. So just a quick understanding of where we're going next. So the plan is, if I understand it, you're going to travel north and try and look for this main crash site.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to get to the beacon, which is in the main crash site, I believe, right? Or that's what we think, where we think it is. So yeah,
That is what you believed it to be. Yeah, that's what you think right now.
Yeah.
not that I have a map of the area that I'm stealing peeks at every once in a while.
You have a counterfeit map.
It's not a counterfeit if a pike makes it, all right? That's legit.
A map made through memory. That's good, though. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, so what we're gonna do is, if we're gonna get there, it's a little bit of a challenge. So, you all will be traveling through the mountains. In darkness. Looking for a place that you don't know where it is in maps that really don't indicate where something is. So we're gonna do a handy dandy skills challenge to
Before
get
we
this going.
start, I'd like to cast Borrowed Knowledge to give myself proficiency in survival. So Zagrin beckons back to a past life, probably not on this tundra, but somewhere cold and dark. There's plenty of places like that he would have lived in a past life, but I'm going to give proficiency in survival.
All right, so to find the crash site, it's going to take you at least 3 days. Best case scenario, it takes you 3 days. Every time you fail a roll, I'm going to add a day to that. I'm going to add a day to that search. It's going to be 10 successes to find it, with no bad outcome, and 3 failures. And we're doing DC 18 as the target.
Holy crap! Okay.
So this is going to happen over multiple days, right? So I'll let you do 3 checks per day, right? 3 checks per day. So we're going to start as you get to the mountains, and we'll go from there. Sorry.
So I have cartographers, tools, and proficiency in them, which should be able to, I can create, repair, interpret. Could I use them to, instead of a survival check, could I use the map that we have to triangulate the best path forward?
I'll let you do that once through the skills challenge. Once through the skills challenge, and I'll let you do something else that if you succeed on it, you can give yourself advantage or give anybody advantage on the next check, right? And you can update your map as you go, as you're traveling, so that in future you'll have a clear way to go to the city if you find it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Do we have any strong feelings about order, or am I just going to pick based on looking at the screen? All right.
Go for it.
Soleus, Zagrin,
DM's
Essie, Kit,
choice.
in that order.
Okay.
All right, so Soleus. So first off, let me set the scene a little bit. That night, you guys take a long rest, right? And again, you get that brief glimpse of daylight, and in the daylight, you can see this very significant mountain range. One thing you get a hold of, just because you're at a bit of height now as you're getting into the foothills, the mountains run all the way to the River Inferno. And of course, the River Inferno, its current runs south to north. So it in of itself is a viable means of transit, right? Which of course is going to be not included in the skills challenge because y'all are going through the mountains, I believe, unless y'all want to take the river. Just keep that as an option if you want to try your luck on the river. Yeah. So we'll start with Soleus. You see the mountain range. By the end of the next day, you're at the foot of the mountain, and you are crossing a very serious range in the dark. According to your map, Essie, there are some passes between peaks, right? And it has a decent sense of peaks in the early stages of the journey, but not much past that. So y'all are going to be kind of on your own. Soleus, as you head into the mountains, what do you want to do to move this thing forward?
He's going to be basically just keeping an eye out for, attacks from the sky, attacks from the side, basically trying to keep the party safe by noticing things before they show up. But to do that, he's going to go for altitude and height, and will be jumping from rock to rock and leaping over rough terrain and just trying to stay above stuff. And so hopefully I could use an acrobatics check to bounce from rock to rock and peak to peak, stay afoot.
Okay. So you're gonna use your agility to help find a path up the mountain. And
Looking for
help.
clear paths and keep my eye out for. I mean, that would be more perception, but this is my first roll is going to be more. Is my movement good for this?
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say acrobatics in the dark to try and do this is going to be hard. So we're at DC 21 here.
But I can see in the dark.
It's true, but it's still dark, right? Like you still have, well, you have Devil's Sight, right?
Devil's Sight, dark
So
vision.
you won't get disadvantage on dark.
Skulker.
All right.
I got everything.
I'll give you an 18.
Get.
I'll give you an 18
Okay.
just because of all that.
Yeah. All right. 18. I guess I got a +9 here. 19. I rolled a 10.
Nice.
Okay.
We're at one pass.
Oh my god. This is ridiculous.
One pass, no fails. Zagrin. So with that, Seleus, you're able to help them get up the first area. The first peak is hard, right, folks? You are sweating. It is already a long day, and it is treacherous terrain. Zagrin, you're up, and
As
feel free to
we're-
move the story along yourself and create an obstacle as we go.
As we are at the top of the first peak and are looking to try to make our way down, Zagrin's going to try to identify snow that is like less packed, less tight, that might cause like a slip. So try to figuring out what is the most stable to stand on, and I'd like to roll survival to try to help guide us down the first peak.
Sure. Yeah, great. That's a
Ooh,
we'll give that a
21.
15. Oh, okay, great. Survival is a very appropriate skill, and that's a very good way to do it. So 15. So yeah, 21. That works. That's 2 successes. Essie, you're up.
I'm
Right.
just
So
gonna do the cartographer's tools thing.
okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Try to
Great. Try
triangulate.
and read the map and understand where y'all are going.
Yep.
This is kind of end of the day stuff. So you're updating the map and you're reading it and you're trying to get a good sense of where things are going tomorrow.
What's the DC?
That'll be a straight 15. It's a
Oh,
very
okay.
appropriate thing to use.
I rolled a 19 for that.
Okay. All right, we have 3 passes. So you end the first day. You're in the first day, right? Seleus is able to help y'all pick out a good path. Zagrin, you were able to help them avoid any avalanche concerns. And then Essie, you get a good sense of where the map's leading you. So you think there's a good chance that it's on the, like, as you go through the mountains, that it's going to be more towards the inside of the island, right? So more on the western side of the range.
Could I? Okay, sounds good. Perfect.
Anything else you want? It's it's the end of the first day, so anyone can do anything they want here.
No, I'm just thinking of the next day as far as like picking spells and things that would help us. So I guess Essie would just sit down and be like, "All right, this is a marathon. This is going to take a while. Does anyone have any ideas of what they would like to try to accomplish to help us out tomorrow? Because I'm just trying to figure out if there's something I can do to help you to be successful." I
I'm
guess.
sure Calamity would appreciate a little illumination.
Well,
I suppose I could help with that.
I'm also thinking of things like I can enhance people to certain capacities. There's also, I don't know, I have like a rope trick that I could use where we could help us to climb. Like, there's a lot of things that I can do if given the right setup. So I'm just thinking of, well, I'll think of something I can do to help out.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna take a long rest. All right. Let's get my 2 teams. Who's first shift? Who's second shift?
I'll be first shift.
I'll go in second.
Second.
I'll go with you.
Yeah, we
All
got
right.
languages to
Mm-hmm. Get a study.
start talking.
Zagor and Selaeus, Calamity joins you tonight. So first shift. Let's roll some perception checks.
15.
This doesn't count toward a skill check,
Else
right?
with
Right.
high guarantee of excellence. So that is 16 total.
Okay. Out in the darkness, in the mountains, you see some flares of brightness. Some flares of brightness out there in the dark, along with what sounds like an animal shrieking, out there in the night. But otherwise, you stay unmolested. Zagrin and Selaeus.
Phew. 13.
22.
All right. Your watch passes uneventfully. But you do hear at some point the beating of massive wings. That night, Kit, your dreams are plagued with visions of that figure, that warlock, who you saw, the one that attacked you, and two that you saw in that vision being tortured. You see this figure. He was, a very handsome, although malodorous, tiefling man. And now you see that handsome face is covered in scars. Bones have been broken and badly set, and pieces of metal are grafted into his skin. He looks like he's grown somewhat since you last saw him. He's physically larger and has, and you see in the dream, you see wings being grafted onto his back. All right. And otherwise, y'all are able to take your long rest in peace.
What? Wings?
How big of wings? Like really big beating wings we might be hearing above?
They're
In Kit's dreams, they're, like angel wing sized, although not very angelic looking.
are they making demons? Like they're forcibly making? Oh god. That's bad. Bad news.
I haven't told
that was-
anyone about that.
That was a
right?
restful sleep, wasn't it, folks?
Up to you.
Man.
I think I was like starting to tell people about my dream, and then like I didn't get to finish.
The last watch we got interrupted, but you were you told Essie about the vision Chalea said, but we didn't really discuss it.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Because we got interrupted by fights.
Okay.
All right, again, folks, you have that brief, now almost 35 minutes of daylight.
Whew. Hot diggity
Almost
dog.
35 minutes of daylight as you start off day 2 in the mountains. Kit, you're first up. Kit, you come to, as you're traveling along today, you come to a massive canyon. It looks like it could easily cause another day of delay in your current direction of travel.
Interesting. Okay. Would it be possible to investigate the area? Like, go around looking for possible ways to get through, over, around that are safe?
I'll allow it, but it's going to be hard, so it'll be a DC 21 check.
Could we just fly across? I mean, how many people can Zagrid get to fly?
I don't know.
I think 3.
I think I can get 2.
That's 21. Did you say 21?
21. Yeah, that was the
Oh,
DC.
that's what I rolled.
Whoa.
I rolled an 11, and I have that was for investigation. I have plus 10.
If y'all want to use all your magic to fly across the chasm, I'll give you one more win for free.
Is that a fourth? Was that roll?
That was your
number
4th success.
4.
Okay.
I'd just say, Zagrin, how many can you get? Because I think that I could get. Oh no, I think I could. Oh, just kidding. I think I can only get 1.
Sorry, Calamity.
But I mean, you could
so
probably
small.
carry her across, right? How do you feel about being in the bag of holding for a minute? How long can you hold your breath?
Oh. I mean, I'll try that a different time. I should have used Chilea.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
There's always the nightmare horse.
That's literally what I was gonna say.
Say ya.
Pas pour moi.
I'm just trying to. How far across is it? Like a mile?
A few hundred
like,
feet.
if
It's
somebody
far enough
threw
across that
her
none of
and
y'all
then
can none of y'all can see with the none of y'all can
with
see
the-
with your dark vision.
Yeah.
Although Calamity is able to get Yantha to give her a sense of how far it is.
I succeeded in my investigation, though.
Yeah. Yep. So you're all able to climb down and climb across, but it's hard work, right? So you're setting up ropes and you're climbing down and then climbing back up the far side of this chasm.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Celeste
rough.
could like shadow step up. You guys throw him a rope. You know, you can like move around with this rope and tie it to something.
Yeah, you're able to make some more progress for sure. With that, we go to Seleus. So you're at the far side of this chasm now, and you're going along.
Right. He's going to go up ahead a little bit and just cast his vision, do a straight perception just to see if he could see anything. He's basically got one job. That's just to make sure folks are safe.
Can I give him like guidance, or could I do enhance ability? Like actually use a leveled spell?
I'd save it toward the end when we start running out of
Okay.
things.
All
I got a
right.
+8 for this one.
Okay.
All right,
cool.
DC 18.
DC 18. So I gotta roll higher than a 10. That's an 18.
Oh, that's so...
My gosh. It's so risky.
All right, 5 successes, 0 failures.
That's unheard of.
Yeah, but now we're gonna be running out of stuff that we're good at.
Yep.
Zagrin, you're up. So you've made it to the far side of the chasm. Y'all are again deep into the mountains. Seleus
Coast is clear.
Seleus has seen some he saw a pack of yetis and was able to navigate you away from them.
Okay. Yeah, let's not go anywhere near the Yetis, guys. Unless you want to.
I mean, we always want to, but unfortunately, we just never have the time. But we want to deep down. But continuing on, is there a way that I could try to climb? I want to try to use acrobatics to get into a better position to try to work my way as we're working our way up this new canyon face.
Sure, but I'm going to give you the same thing I originally gave Seleus, which is going to be a 21 DC to use acrobatics to help move things along or help your party, get further along the range as you're doing this in the deep darkness at night.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with it, only because I can't persuade the ruins just to be here already. Because if I could make that roll, I'd have better chance of success. But we got a 25.
Okay, there we go, folks. Y'all are killing it. This is my hardest skill challenge. I'm not even gonna get one failure. This is sad.
Would you put that curse on us? It's gonna be failures from
So
here on
that's
out.
1, 2, 3. So that end of the day, you guys end up at a pass. You guys end up at a at a pass, a high mountain pass. This is where you're ending the second day, right? Things have been moving along really smoothly. And Essie, according to what you've seen in your map, like you think you're a good ways towards where this valley where the crash site might be, or a valley where the crash site might be.
So you walk through the valley of the shadow of doubt.
That's right.
It's a shadow of doubt.
You set up camp tonight. Are we doing a fire with camp, or are we not?
Not when you put it like that.
Yeah, I think
That's a loaded question. If
We
I
don't-
ever heard one.
we
curious.
don't want to have anyone be seeing us. I personally think no.
If
Would
we're
there be a
not going to
negative
do a
con-
fire, yeah, if we're not going to do a fire, I'm going to need everyone to do a con save to get the effects of a long rest. So we're going to make it a DC 15 con save. Otherwise, you're going to take 1 level of exhaustion.
26 for Essie.
Oh, we're doing it? Oh, God.
13.
4.
I could help one person. I'm gonna help Kit
16, 17, 18, 19, 19.
I'm gonna use my. Let me make sure that I can do this. If this is involved here, because I think any save
We're not going to do Flash of Genius for Did You Shiver Too Much in the Night?
But why not? It's a thing. Any saving throw.
I agree. We're gonna say thematically. I'm not gonna allow it.
I'm too smart to be cold.
I mean, I'm fine. I was just trying to help other people.
Yeah.
You can think so hard that you warm up.
No, it's unfair. I think you could use Flash of Genius to help Kit get into a warmer position. I will allow it. Fine.
My bestie,
Taya.
we're snuggling.
I can't save everybody about my best friend. Come on.
I'm the gentle GM, apparently.
It's okay if not. I mean, it's not
We'll go.
the biggest deal in the world.
You saw the opportunity that Calamity was not snuggling with me, and
Yeah.
so you took it.
You wake up in the morning and Essie's just all around you like a spider. Like, I got you warm. Their
All
little
right, and
bedroll is
so,
super toasty.
Zagrin, you've got 1 level of exhaustion for
Oh,
today.
shit.
1 level exhaustion for today. As you all wake up and kind of get out there this evening. As you set up, you see like this really elaborate rock formation up the hill. Like clearly not natural, right? Like a number of rocks have been piled and sculpted into really interesting sculptures. There's like a little rock formation garden just up the hill. If y'all want, you can go investigate it.
I do. I would love that. Nobody else needs to come, but I'd really like to check that out.
It's a little bit out of your way, however.
That's fine. I mean, to me. If anyone wants to try to talk me out of it.
If Celia sees Essie going toward it, he'll be there like helping her up. The final little push.
I'll go.
Alright.
I'll go.
Thank you.
So
What do you think this is?
the rocks here that have been set up in these formations are generally fairly big, right? Generally fairly big, almost many of them proper boulders, right? Many of them proper boulders that have been moved and set up. And as you get up to the spot, there's this plateau where a number of things have been set, and at the far end, you see there's a dais that's been carved into the rock, and on the dais, you see sitting there with eyes closed. At first, you mistake it for another sculpture, and then you realize that this is a huge humanoid, gigantic, in fact, with deep gray skin, wearing fur clothing, and sitting in a meditative pose, with their eyes closed on the dais.
Does this person look like he's a monkish a little bit?
He looks like he's meditating, like a pose that's familiar to you, Soleus. You've seen many meditate in a similar way. And as you step in this place, like you can feel this spot is a very peaceful place or calming place. Like the flow of energy around it is conducive to rest.
Hello? Just a gentle, very gentle. Like she doesn't want to bother the person.
So you're gonna walk closer to it and say hello, or them?
Maybe
Him.
like
Actually, you can see him from here.
maybe not closer than 30 feet, like 35 or 40 feet away, and then just be like, hello?
The giant doesn't open their eyes. Their dark gray skin. Their dark gray skin looks very much to match the color of the dais on which they are sitting, right? That area around them. If it weren't for the furs, you wouldn't have seen this guy at all.
This place looks peaceful, though. It looks like meditative, nice.
Yep.
I say we just move on, Miss Pike. Let this fellow rest.
All right.
Do I have something I could like leave behind? Maybe some rations or some water.
I'm sure you do. Yeah, if you want to leave something.
I'll leave like a little container of water. Just let's go.
Are you just heading out?
I
Yeah.
guess so.
Okay.
I don't like the sound of that.
All right, so we continue. We continue with
skills challenge.
with the skills challenge. Day 3 now, and I believe we start with Essie. Zagrin, did you go last?
I believe so. I think it's me. Are we still going through a mountainous region?
Yes, deeply mountainous.
Could I buff myself with spider climb to just ease of access to be able to like help people up while still maintaining grips and make that a little bit easier for everybody as we traverse? Would that be like a...
Sure. You want to use spider climb to get yourselves up the next peak.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna have some challenge there because you're gonna have to help your friends. So
Right.
we'll make it a DC 15 athletics or acrobatics. Your call. Or survival if you'd like.
Acrobatics for sure. We're at 7, or this will, if I get
6.
this, we'll be at the 7th. Correct.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to use my inspiration on this. Oh, thank God I did that. Okay. Let's 17 total.
All right,
The other one was a 2.
as you get up high, right? Like you find a pretty good spot. So there's a bit of a dip in, like a bit of a valley up here near this peak, or a bit of a plateau again near this peak, or a ridge. There we go. Ridge is what I'm thinking. And as you get everybody up to the ridge, y'all get up there. You're looking around as Calamity gets up because she brings light with her when she comes. She's like goes, "Hey, what's that?" And you look over, Kit, and you see what looks to be a bunch of different bits of wood and other kind of different things assembled in like a big, almost like a giant bird's nest. And as you get a little bit closer, you can see that this bird's nest is made up of all sorts of things, including, weirdly enough, there is a ship, like a good medium-sized ship, in one wall of this bird's nest.
And toothbrushes.
Bird nest.
I don't think we want to be here. I think we need...
I'm getting a really bad feeling about this.
Although, I could get some really good clout if I kill a bird of this size in the bird community.
I don't think this is a bird.
Calamity goes, "What is in there?
Oh,
We have to look, right?"
I don't.
No. I'm gonna grab her by the shoulders.
All right.
No.
I'm listening, Calamity. What are you thinking we're gonna find in there?
I don't know.
Like treasure?
I don't know.
I mean, do you think is that a pirate ship? I'm gonna bring out my thing and see if
Again,
there's like a name.
you're looking into the darkness, so you have to get
Oh,
closer
that's
to
right.
see.
It's still dark. Put it back
I want to
away.
use. Is this a skills check that I have to convince everyone to leave? Like, is
Okay,
this...
all right.
Yeah.
Hear me out. There might be some real good stuff in there. Okay? Like, real good stuff. Also, I could. So say we run into the worst, right? I could potentially. Let me just make sure. I could literally put us in an extra dimensional space for an hour where nothing can attack us. So we could just wait it out.
I'm gonna have to say no. I don't think this is a good idea.
Calamity, come on, you back me up here.
He goes, "I'm gonna listen to Kit."
Calamity,
You say
this
so.
is your idea. I had your back.
I want to see it, but I don't want to endanger the
You
mission,
coward.
I guess
Come
How
on.
far is it?
it's not far. It's like 50, 60 feet. Like it's just
We
over
need
there.
to skedaddle immediately.
I could.
Could you send Yenta to do a quick flyby from a distance? See if there's anything obvious, and if not, we
What's
move
the
on.
harm? What's the
No.
harm?
I don't
I
think
could
we
be
should.
there. I could be
even-
there and back in no time.
Get out. Get in on it. Come on. Let's go. This is what it's all about. Adventuring. What are we doing if we're not gonna go look in this ship that is in a bird's nest in the middle of a mountain? All right?
That
It's
could
a
be our
ship.
fallen.
Think about how big this creature is. If there's a
As
ship.
you
We
as
fought
you all
big
are
things
discussing,
Oh,
you hear
no.
you hear reverberating
No.
off the rocks, off the valleys below, and through the peaks, the cry of the largest bird of prey you have ever heard. Like it's so loud. It's so loud you almost stumble. And as you look up into the darkness, you see what you'll see next episode.
No.
On Heroes Show.
Oh, come on.
So for the record, for Jason, as you're watching this next time to get ready for the next episode, they are at 7 successes and 0 failures, and they may have just found whatever made this super awesome bird's nest.
It's not going to matter how many successes we've had at this point.
If we
We're just
kill
going to
this
die.
thing, I need Essie the bird killer or the bird hunter. I need a title, okay?
Fair.
All right? All right?
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us again. We hope you've enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed making it. It was a lot of fun, and we'll see you next Saturday here from 1 to 4 Central Time. Okay.
See you
See you,
next
everybody.
week.